headlines, and this one, the leading headline on the Punch: minimum wage, AGF tackles Labour as NAS fails to stop strike. Now, there was an urgent meeting that was held yesterday between leadership of the National Assembly and organised Labour. And from what we gathered, I think the organised private sector was not represented in that meeting. But at the end of the day, every conversations and intervention did not work. Hence the reason why perhaps that strike would commence as scheduled by Labour today. Anyways, to some more headlines. This one says inflation dropping, economy heading in the right direction, Finance Minister. You'd also find this: 24,535 candidates to retake UTME June 22 JAM. This headline says CBN clears $831 million foreign airlines trapped funds, IATA. And Naira devaluation pushes listed firms' forex debt near 4 trillion Naira. Let's get on to the Vanguard now and see what they're saying here. The lead headline: minimum wage, fuel, health, schools, courts, banks, others to be grounded as strike begins today. That's how it's put on the Vanguard newspaper. Another one says apprehension as federal government borrows 20.1 trillion Naira under Tinubu. So those are the headlines you would find on the Vanguard newspaper. And on The Nation, a few here. On The Nation, it's said this way: why Labour strike is illegal by federal government. Oh, okay. Now we are discussing the legality of the strike. Shouldn't we rather look more about how to tackle this problem? And another one here says, Fubara, we will remain eternally grateful to Wike, says Rivers Ijo. And that's what I'm trying to think. I know that there was a group, an Ijo group, that had a press conference yesterday. I think Senator Sekibo was part of that one. There was another one that had Ankyo Briggs reading out a statement. So is it a case of the same group with two different factions? Rivers Ijo People's Forum had one where Ankyo Briggs was reading out a statement, and then we heard another one where Senator Sekibo was reading out the opposition. So now, what's happening? What's happening? Well, time will tell. Edu, government economic reforms yielding positive results. That's the finance minister speaking there. All of these are headlines you would find on The Nation newspaper. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On X, Nigeria Info PH. Please don't forget to click on the share button on Facebook, like the page, drop your comments. You can watch the Morning Crossfire anytime, anywhere you are, live on Facebook. Like the page and also engage with every other content that we have up there. The share button, very important. Don't forget to click it. Some of the comments now, we'll be taking them on Facebook. Remember the number to call: 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0002, and 0817 923 0007. Now, call us on any of these numbers to join in on the conversation. This person here says, Lorenzo Delight says, kudos to the police for arresting the car snatching syndicate. They should be investigated. The man was killed in Egbeda by a local vigilante member. That was premeditated. Since we know that fire service isn't functioning here, we should be safety conscious. UPTA shouldn't sweep the investigation under the carpet. Those things revealed are truly happening. Leadership consists of nothing but taking responsibility for everything that goes wrong and giving your subordinates credit for everything that goes well. Tinubu should redouble his efforts. Bakel Menegbo on Facebook. Christian Williams says it seems NLC is becoming serious this time, and I pray they continue with their seriousness to save Nigerian workers. Well, I think I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but this is what I think. I think within the week they'll call off the strike. They will call it off, because I'm pretty sure meetings will be held, conversations will be held, and government will make promises, and Labour would have to. I do not believe that this strike would last a whole 1 week first to start with. I think it might just be a couple of days and it will be called off, or suspended. But let's wait and see. I could also be wrong. And Anobi Kachi Casey says e-hailing driver attackers uncovered and insists that every e-hailing passenger should be profiled the same way the drivers are. Ogu Justice said Labour Minister said federal government can't pay anything more than 60k because the 60k is 100% increase. But when subsidy was removed, prices of goods and services increased by 300%. So why can't the government pay beyond 60,000? It's what I'm trying to understand. Because what is the minimum pay for a lawmaker? I was listening to conversations, and people would say, oh, the 60k is not really what is just the minimum. Anybody, a first-time person coming into an office without experience, that's the minimum we're expecting that you be paid. So it's not that that's the standard payment for everybody. So the question I thought was, a first-time lawmaker, what is his minimum wage? Is it 60,000? I mean, a person who becomes a rep member who has never had experience as a member in the House of Reps or Senate, but then comes in for the first time, what is his minimum pay? Is it 60,000 naira? Just saying. Obi Madobu says this strike should last for months. Labour has done the needful. Let the strike continue. Lawrence Friday says Governor Fubara said he has conquered his enemies and now he's in charge. That's true, because I haven't heard so much noise again. Thank God Ability says minimum wage demanded by Labour may cause a collateral damage to the economy. Why they remove fuel subsidy? They didn't consider the collateral damage. Nigeria, I hail thee. Oh, that's the new anthem anyway. So let's go to the phone lines now. Marcos from Kana. Good morning. Straight to the point, please, Marcos.
Hello, good morning to you, my brother Andrew.
Yes.
I remember Pastor Marcos calling from Bayern City.
Go on.
And now I want to speak on the issue of Labour insisting to carry on the strike.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like you said this morning, Andrew, that the first time of a man who is being elected into the House of Rep or Senate was his own minimum wage. Is it 60,000 naira? My brother Andrew, people are suffering. People are going through hell. People are dying of malnutrition. People cannot even eat 3 square meals a day. And yet we have a government that can carry on the responsibility of its citizens. What are we talking about? What is school fees now for children that are in high institutions? Medical bills. How can we pay electric bills? It's nothing to write home about at all. Please, I want to ask federal government, do something about this. People are suffering. Look at the price of foodstuffs. Please, they should help us. Labour, keep on your good work. God is with you.
Peter from Rumosi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, please.
Yes, Peter, go on.
Okay. I was talking about when I said this.
Peter, we can barely hear you, Peter.
Concerning this strike, we need to look at it from a very realistic angle. How many private sector can actually pay the amount the NLC are actually asking for? And if federal government eventually decided to pay even more than 100,000 naira as minimum wage, a lot of persons will lose their job. Lots of persons, inflation will go up, the price of things will go up. So, federal government, I think I'm supporting federal government on this, because this is the only way we can actually that are having something to do or something, because if they increase the minimum wage beyond the 60,000 naira, people will lose their job. There will be a lot of unemployment. The minimum wage that the federal government signed in 2019, how many states are beginning to implement it? A lot of people are still paying the old minimum wage. Even some people are not paying the 30,000 naira that they signed in 2019. So we need to look at things in a very realistic way. Concerning the first release by the Senator your I think that it's in the right direction because it seems everybody just decides to go one way. And it's something that this position has been educated for a very long time.
All right, Peter. Unfortunately, I think we're trying to see who can work. Unfortunately, Peter, we can't hear you clearly. We can't make out what you're saying. If you can, please do well to call back. All right. We thought perhaps it could get clearer, but it wasn't. So we had to interrupt you. Sorry about that. Do well to call us back. Temple in Echie, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi Andrew. Happy New Month, sir.
Yep, Happy New Month.
I think I want to disagree with the Minister of Labour for State when she is saying that the government cannot afford what Labour is demanding. Just for instance, she is a member of the Labour. Can the 60,000 naira sustain her? The answer is no. But my own to Labour, whatever process or modality, they can still continue to ensure they get the attention of the federal government. Please, they shouldn't hesitate. Because for me, this strike of 18 will add to the excruciating pains Nigerians are already going through. And I also want to say kudos to the Nigerian police for the car syndicate that was arrested. I think they should, go into more investigation because I believe there are a lot of them networking here within the confines of Rivers State and beyond to ensure they get more of them because a lot of cars are missing on a daily basis. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Something that was interesting, when you think about it, the 60,000 naira is technically a loaf of bread for 30 days. That's a loaf of bread. Because a loaf of bread now is about, 1516. Right? So for a month, it's a bread a day. That's what the 60,000 is. And that's not adding, of course, you can't eat bread every single day. That's not adding, you need to tackle school fees, you need to tackle rent, you need to go to work, transportation costs. That's not tackling all of that. Just a loaf of bread a day for 1 month. That's what the 60,000 naira is good for. So you would understand Labour's position when they are saying this 60,000 will not work. It's not going to happen. It's not like people are going to get bonuses for house bonus or sitting allowance or work allowance. Or it's not like many people are not going to get those. So the pay that they get at the end of the month is what they try to use and make every other ends meet. Leighton Barry Leighton Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Welcome.
Yeah. Let me look at where federal government fought Labour as strike begins today. For me, I also want to look at that statement by federal government critically because I think Labour still needs to add their demand to what they are demanding because it is not only money we should be talking about here. The reason why I said so is that you can demand for social amount of money as in the pay for workers and the economy is not stabilized. You can discuss today that it is 2,000 naira or 10,000 naira. By the time you leave there, the economy keep going high and the value of the money you have already demanded has no value. So it is the critical thing we need to look at. We have to look at fuel, the area of fuel, which is the refinery. We have to look at the electricity tariff, which is light, that has to do also play a role in the economy. There are a lot of things. We look at transportation and all that. Spread these things out to federal government. Also ask them to go on a market survey so that they can also look at what you are speculating. So that it will not look as if they are blind in that side of the area. When they go for market survey and see the price of cement, look at school fees, look at other things that is need to be added, healthcare and all that, they will even call you, pay for a negotiation, even the money will be higher than what they are agitating for. So Labour, you should not only look at the high of the increase in the money, they should also look at the economy, because if the economy is not stabilized, after you make this negotiation and you go back, you will see the way even the Gary price is increasing daily, and it will make the money valueless. So that's all right,
Leighton Barry, thank you. Good news from our three. Good morning.
No, good morning, my brother. Man.
All right, good news. Go on.
Thank you. Issue of the labor strike. I think the federal government is not fair to Nigerians. And it surprises me, even under the leadership of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, as the president of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the one who fought for democracy, as we heard, the one who joined and fought against Goodluck Jonathan's government when all of us were APC, fighting to make sure that the government was changed to bring about change in Nigeria. And such person now is the president of this country. And so there's something that has been happening that he has been fighting against. He's still the one perpetrating it. What kind of country are we? If a patch here go leak, a patch here go leak. A country where under his own government they have approved 90 billion for Hajj, 150 billion to rehabilitate or build the vice private lodge, as we read in the news, and all that wastage of money, and the wage of the civil servants, of the workers cannot be appreciated. If I am NLC, I will work more on building refineries and making sure that the fuel comes, and not even the issue of the increase in our minimum wage. Having said that, let me talk quickly about the issue of the Sekebo and group saying that they are grateful to Wiki. I'm not saying anybody should not be grateful to anybody, but any gratefulness that to bring about the bringing down of River State wealth, bringing down of River State properties, that to bring down about River State properties into one man's pocket, such gratefulness is wickedness. My name is Willis from Port Harcourt.
All right, good news. Thank you very much. Let's go over now to Ernest. Ernest is calling from Elelewon. Good morning, Ernest.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you this morning?
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
So how is it?
We're doing great. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk about the national minimum wage. You can see that our government is not sincere. The senators are trying to see how they can stop the last-minute strike yesterday. But they are not considering the masses. What is 50,000 naira to a family of 6 in this country? I think all of them, they got them SUV as the reduction of their Senate. Each of the car cost over 150 million. Each. So what are they saying? Let them go and meet Tinubu. Tinubu have already told us that workers need a living wage, not a minimum wage. So I find it very difficult for them to, I don't know, I don't understand why they are finding it difficult to make this thing work. They are dragging their feet here and there. In present Nigeria now, what would 60,000 naira do?
All right,
so
Dennis.
I can see that federal government is not sincere. And they want to stand their ground very, very well.
All right,
because
Ernest.
I can see that it's a conspiracy theory against the workers of this country.
Thank you, Ernest. Akanto from Bori, good morning.
Andrew, good morning, my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Go on. Happy New Month.
The federal government labor palaver. The state government here, the last minute, the state government said whatever money the federal government deemed it fit to pay their workers, as federal workers, the state government will also replicate it here. So we are expecting the government of Rivers is expecting the federal government to respect the day of the labor, to give them what is due. And again, the federal government also tackle the economy. The economy is very biting. It's very difficult for us who are living in hinterland. Even those of us, two of our brothers that are living in urban cities, everything, the economy is biting. Then the Izzo people issued communicate yesterday. Andrew, you said the right day was Ankyo Brave. Yesterday was George Sekebo. You look at the video last time, they were all the cronies of the former Rivers State Governor. Alabo George Kelly was talking. George Kelly, even for them were in finger of embezzlement of Rivers.
Akanto, you might have to call back. I think you got interrupted by your service provider. Let's go to Buguma, where George is on the line. Hello, George.
Yes, Andrew, good morning.
Morning.
Happy new month to you.
All right, go on.
Yes, Andrew. I'm looking at the communique coming from Ankyo, the elder stateswoman Ankyo Briggs. I think, Andrew, to remain grateful to God and humanity, I think in the aspect of God, to remain grateful is not in measures or in conditions. Because if that is what is obtainable, I think we would have seen that from the one leper who later came back to God. He never came with any measure to present to God, or there was no condition given to him. He only came, and the volume of the scripture to make us understand that. Why? Because out of 10, he came alone. So what we are trying to say is, so we are remaining grateful to the former governor, but we are not owing him any condition. Our gratefulness to him is that he should also understand that in time past, and a just son, the former president, Jonathan, also was used as instrument to make him a governor, including the wife, the first lady, was also used as instrument to make him a governor. So no condition was paid. There is no amount of denomination that was, or special amount of denomination or whatsoever that was given to him as a condition to pay to anybody. So we are remaining grateful to him, but first to God, because God was the one that used men to help anybody on earth here. Thank you.
All right, George, thank you very much. On WhatsApp, Honorable Ida from Nkora says, I want Roland Sekibo and the world to know that it is not Wike that made the governor Siminalayi Fubara governor, but Rivers people and non-indigens, and a real Ijaw man can't fight his brother. So Sekibo Roland is not a real Ijaw man, in my opinion. Another person says, greetings, Andrew. Labour should not back down, or they should shut down everything. People are really going through a lot. I go to the market at times with my wife, and I must tell you, Andrew, people are going through hell. My only fear is that the present APC Tinubu government should not take Nigeria the Buhari way, because if they destroy Nigeria further, it will be difficult for the next president to repair. Franklin sent in that message. This one says, good morning, Andrew. It's unfortunate. It's anti-people that the federal government said they can't pay more than 60,000 naira. I urge Nigerians to support the organized labor until the federal government does what is right. Also, those who call themselves Ijaw People's Forum led by George Sekibo are just a minute number of politicians working for their stomach. This message is from Unye Awaji Fine Face from Ungo Town. Ifeanyi Chukwumodo says, good morning. On what George Kelly and Co. said about Wike, Andrew, did you see the faces there? They are just appointees of the FCT minister. Take a look at the other ones headed by Ankyo Briggs. You can judge for yourself. Adindu Wisdom says, we can't pay more than 60K, but politicians are taking home billions. Abi? All right, that's on WhatsApp. Another message here. This one is Odinaka Woike. It says the federal government should stop the rate of borrowing because those monies do not reflect in the lives of the people. Well, that's from Odinaka. On Facebook, Kelvin Frank says it was indeed a well-deserved move by the Ijaw ethnic nationality forming a formidable united force for continuous unity, but being curious that brought me to ask questions. Where is Edwin Clark? Where is Goodluck Jonathan? Where is Anab Saraigbe? These people you are calling, I think have all been there now from the very beginning. So I don't know why you're calling them now. But let's take a commercial. Stay with us.